Hi everyone, this is Jeilene with your monthly update for June of 2022. So this month we continue in our unpredictable energy field, getting to get comfortable with expecting the unexpected. That has been the theme of this year and will continue to be so. Things will probably cool down and simmer down a bit as we move more fully into summer. But right now in June, before our solstice, we're still ramping up into a lot of cosmic pressure to release those things that hinder us from experiencing our full true self, our full truth. So, what this probably looks like this month for most of us, and the theme really of this June, is untethering, unhooking from your reality in particular ways that hinder you from experiencing your full sovereign freedom. So, sovereignty is a very important ticket for us right now, for humanity in general, and it's also an important ticket for us personally. So, where in your life are things blocking your sovereignty or feeling more free? What is happening to you on a specific level that is causing you to feel like you're stuck or like you can't move forward, you can't move backward? Dig into those things in your life right now, explore them, get to understand them better, figure out why it is that you're feeling that way, because that is your growth edge right now. Anything that disrupts or distracts you from keeping yourself moving towards freedom right now is something to take a closer look at. So, for many of us, that might include switching careers or changing the way that you've been doing your current job and maybe bringing in more latitude, more freedom within your current job. But for some, it will mean switching into a new career entirely or a new type of job. It can also be related to relationships and the way that you do relationships. Not so much destructive energy that leads to the end of relationships, but more so it is a revision and a revamping of current relationships so that you would remain in that relationship, but you would do it in an entirely new way based on new rules, or better yet, releasing the attachment to the set of rules that you have always applied to how you do relationship. So we can't change anyone else, really. We can only change ourselves. But when we do change ourselves and we change our energy field and the way that we relate to the world, then we change the people around us because they're always reflecting back our own truth to us. They serve as a reflecting mirror for us, all of the souls that incarnated with you in this lifetime, who you're close to and relationship with. And also the environment around you, the energy environment around you is going to interact with your energy field. So if your energy field changes, you can expect that your energy environment is also going to change in reflection of those internal changes you've made. So know that anything that you do doesn't happen in a vacuum. We live in a holographic universe, and so anything you do is going to affect the people around you and can really shift the dynamic of a relationship. So if you're in a relationship that feels constrictive or feels like it's stuck in an old paradigm, really take a look at where you can bring in more freedom, where you can start to assert more of your truth in that situation. Be honest with yourself, be honest with your partners, be honest with your friends, with other loved ones in your family, whether it's children or parents. Really allow the truth, your essence, to shine through right now. Because letting go of our attachment to the way that we feel reality should play out and should operate is really important right now, because we've seen that our reality isn't fixed anymore, that it is ever changing and rapidly changing directions and hard to keep up with. That's tough on the nervous system. It's tough on the immune system. So how do we adapt to that? We need to unhook. Literally, this is what the Mantis told me recently, is to unhook from our reality, get comfortable with being untethered. And the way that we unhook, the practical terms of that, is that we let go of attachments to things being a certain way. We really work on letting go of judgment when things don't work out the way that we expect them to. and we allow things to play out in the present moment, unfold before our eyes, stay consciously observant and integrated in what's going on around us. You stay engaged, but you do so from a place of neutrality. You do so from a place that releases you from having to respond from old programming and old habits, but instead responding from a totally new and dynamic response system within your body. So, as our DNA shifts and continues to shift with these plasma waves of information that are coming to the planet at this time, we are offered the opportunity and we are really, I would say, driven and pressure cooked almost to respond because our DNA is changing rapidly. And so we are also going to feel the pressure to begin to do things differently because the way that our operating system worked before won't work in this new energy. Therefore, we need to come up with new ways of relating to our reality. And right now, because things are massively changing so much, the Mantis really recommend just pulling out, allowing reality to unfold in front of you without trying to control it or drive it in any particular way. Observe, notice what's happening around you, and then move in and participate from a very conscious perspective, from a very directed perspective based on what is currently happening, not on what you expected to happen or on what you want to happen. So when we talk about manifestation in this type of energy, it occurs in a completely different way than probably what you've been used to. Manifestation in the past would have occurred through the laws of attraction and through creating a lot of will driven towards energy and creating energy threads towards what you want to happen and bringing that towards you. We're now moving in an energy that is changing so rapidly and so consistently that in order to create in that type of energy, we really have to stay extra present and move with the energy and respond to the energy in a very dynamic, real-time sort of way. So that's true freedom, being in that sort of dynamic relationship to the energy because you're not stuck in any way. You're moving and changing and shifting with the energy, and so it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming you. There have been tons and tons of people that I've talked to who are experiencing a lot of anxiety right now. I've certainly felt washes of it coming over me. That is really normal right now as our nervous system adapts to this new energy field. And also because the energy present right now feels very similar to other times on this planet when we have had big transitions happening, such as the time of Atlantis or the times of the Great Floods. So you can expect that you may feel those washes of anxiety coming over your body, but recognize that it's just you going through the adaptation phase of getting to know what it's like to live in a more untethered state and in an energy field such as this one that's so dynamic. But you truly are designed to withstand and live peacefully in a dynamic energy field. You always have, but the energy's speeding up and it's moving more rapidly now. So the way that you respond to it is going to have to be different. That's why when it's moving so quickly, it's easier to just stay untethered and to move in when it feels like the right time intuitively. So we really want to rely on our intuitive skills at this time in this juncture of our lives, instead of trying to anchor into one certain type of energy, because that is going to lead to disappointment and things not working out the way you expect them. So a couple of words of advice to help you guys to stay out of anxiety and overwhelm. I strongly urge you to use toning and to, you can go through each chakra and clear out your energy systems by using different vowel sounds that connect to different chakras. You can either intuitively figure out which vowel sounds you want to use, or you can look on YouTube. There are lots of different places that can direct you in using different vowels for different chakras to relate to the tone that matches that chakra. I have lots of tools on my website in the Light Vibes community. I've put in a lot of different toning assistance guides and different chakras for using with the different tones. I like to use a deep ooh sound for the sacral chakra and the lower chakras, an ah sound for the heart, and an e sound for the third eye chakra. And even if you just did those three, that would be very beneficial for your energy field and bring you back into a state of neutrality. So the name of the game right now is anything you can do to bring yourself into neutrality will be very helpful. That's key because it's very hard to embody freedom if you're not in a neutral place. You're always going to be pushing or pulling unless you're in neutrality. So that's really number one. Create freedom through neutrality. Toning is wonderful. I also have a guide for using something called the 5 movements on my website that I also highly recommend. It's a series of movements that connects you to the cosmos and to the earth, as well as your own truth and your own heart service mission here on earth in this lifetime, and helps you to recalibrate your field to the field that is around you and bring yourself back into neutrality. So highly recommend that. That's on my website. There's a free guide for the movements on my webpage. And otherwise, meditation and time spent out in nature, anything you can do to bring yourself into a state of neutrality and calm. Deep breathing exercises, breath work, also very, very helpful right now. So a good diet that's healthy and clean is also makes it easier for your body to process all these changes, keep things light, keep things open, lots of good crystal clear water, and doing your energy work. And energy hygiene. Take energy baths is the last thing that I'll say. Imagine yourself in a beautiful meadow and just washing yourself with golden light to cleanse your energy field, cleanse your chakras, and bring yourself back into a state of neutrality. Those are the things that I would most practice at this time, that I'm personally practicing, that are keeping me sane and keeping me connected to what's going on, out of fear and out of anxiety and overwhelm. It's really important right now. All right, everyone, cheers to you, and I look forward to seeing you next month. And if you have any questions or would like to contact me directly, you can reach me at info@jailenetracy.com and find me on the web at jailenetracy.com. All right, have a wonderful month.